masjid, Rashid, and I run it this way. I speak for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half an hour most, and then I give them like 15 minutes to share ideas if you have any question about this, because this talk is very important. So inshallah, I'll try to do it this way. I'll talk a little bit about, Ahmed told me, the email that I got, mainly I'm going to be focusing, the brothers, we will talk inshallah about the importance of the Jum'ah, the Khutbah and stuff like that. I'm just going to be more specific about how to, how to prepare your Khutbah and how to present it quickly, inshallah ta'ala. I don't think 45 minutes is going to be enough for that, but I'll try my best to pass the little experience that I have throughout the last 15 years as a Khatib in Egypt and the States and in Canada, inshallah ta'ala. So basically I'm going to be talking for half an hour, and then I'd like you guys to inshallah ask me if you have any question. But I have a very simple question to everybody here. You would like to be a Khatib and give khutbah as a public speaker, or it's like you're still thinking about it, or it's just something like deserved that you think about it? What do you guys think about? What's your answer should be about this? I know that Ammar is giving khutbahs, and he is actually gives some classes with us at Rashid, but maybe I don't know most of you. Muhammad, inshallah, he's going to give us from his experience now too, inshallah, Muhammad al-Arabi, but the rest of the brothers, and for us, inshallah.
Sometimes it is somehow the necessity of the times that sometimes needs to give the khutbah, and some sort of necessity, but thinking about it as something we have to have, and we have to deliver some message that's beneficial, and people need this message because for some people this is the only time people can have some mu'izah, so it's the only time, so it needs to be to the point, because otherwise it's a waste of time.
So basically, Brother Abdurrahman, what Abdurrahman is trying to say is, maybe I don't like to be a Khatib. I'm not taking the public speaking as a career, but it's a necessity. Like I have gathering of brothers or friends at school or in the university, and I need to deliver a quick message to them. So I want to be able to do that, which is a very, very good point that we need to focus today, inshallah. I have a brother over here.
My name is Hassan. I go to Ely with my friend here. I would like to know how to give a khutbah, because there's not a lot of kids in my school that go to Jummah prayer. And in this time where not a lot of people can give a khutbah, I would like to know how, because it's a necessary part of the prayer. And it's something that's very important.
Very good.
So,
Okay. Basically, we're all here today to get something beneficial about the khutbah in general, how to prepare, and how to give the khutbah. So I'm going to be talking about both aspects or areas, which is, first, what should I do if my teacher or my friend tells me, today is what? Tuesday, right? Today that you're giving the khutbah at school this Friday. What do you think I should do? As a student who is not, by the way, we're not looking for professional khatibs, by the way, today. We're trying to pass some experience for you guys to get inshallah, and to train yourselves, inshallah, to be stable while you talk. So now the point is that, forget about the khutbah now, what should I do? A friend of mine is telling me, you're giving the khutbah. Sorry, this week I cannot. And it happens a lot with Muhammad al-Arabi, for example, at the MCE. They just call him in the Thursday night, Muhammad, tomorrow the Khatib is like he dropped, so we need the Khatib. You're going to go. What do you think you should do? At your school or at your university, you should be aware of what's going on. And here is the first thing that has to click. And personally, when I think of the khutbah during the week, I keep looking for something that when I share with people, with friends, with the boys, with the shabab, the youth in the masjid, they feel that I live with them in the same world. First thing, try to be relevant. خلاص, يبقى أنت stay in this area. Very simple. I can go right now while we're talking over my phone. I'll say Friday khutbah. Google, type it on Google, right? You will get like thousands of very ready and well done khutbah. Somebody much better than me, and then you have done this khutbah and delivered it in a very good way. But is it relevant or not? Do you think that those people are listening to you feel that they want to hear this or not? I'm talking to, and basically, as I understand, that we're targeting the high school students, right? So let's say that I'm going to high school students, and I'm talking, for example, Sheikh Sherif is going to give khutbah at this school, wherever the name is, high school, and he's talking to them about the hellfire. You know what? Somebody does not pray and does not listen to his parent, and he's doing this and doing that and doing that, he will be in the hellfire. And I can get many ayat from the Quran to prove that. Do you think that that's relevant to somebody? Yeah, it has to be relevant to him at a certain point. But now, you are a student with him. I'll tell you from my experience. I used to teach in Islamic school in the States, and one day, one of the boys, for example, I'm talking about relevant topics to them. One of the boys, I've been told that he is always using bad language. Whenever he talks about bad language. Clicks right away, click here that, do you guys agree that some people, they use bad language? So what do you think is relevant to him? The khutbah to be about the bad effects and the dangers of using the bad language? Or these are two great topics to talk about. I'm not saying that the hellfire is something that we should ignore, and we always talk about, the benefits of doing this, or what I'm going to get in Jannah. Prophet ﷺ said in his hadith, the authentic hadith, when you ask Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, ask him to get Al-Firdaus Al-A'la, the highest place in Jannah, it's great. But I need to talk about this. But I'm talking about students, high school. They have issues. They have things that I need to talk about. Okay? I would say, from my experience, that I will talk about the bad language. Okay? How should I talk about it? This is the second part of my speech. I will prepare, think about it. And then, I'll give you another example. For example, these days, before we go to the break, and I said it a couple of days ago in the masjid, you have two main things happening this month, by the way. Big things. The Christmas for sure. What should we do? What should we say to our non-Muslim friends? How should we reply? What's the best way to handle this in an Islamic way that does not get me in trouble or does not put anybody down? Because those people are non-Muslim for sure, and Islam doesn't tell me to be rude to them. How should I handle this? Why shouldn't you pick something like that and you talk about it to your friends? So first of all, always be relevant. Once you are not talking about something that I feel it's relevant, I'm gonna be away, and you're gonna be losing your audience, which is the main thing that you need to get. Number one. Okay? طيب. I have a khutbah. how should I handle this? It's 15 minutes max, right? At schools, 15 minutes. Yani, in the masjid, we can go up to 30 minutes, and I can tell from like the people, like the way that the body language between me and the brothers who are listening to the khutbah, that they start getting bored. Khalas. They're telling you, please stop. And this is Imam, professional Imam, whom they know that he is able to do that. What about if somebody volunteer and he wanna get and win those people? You need the support, and you need those people to be with you, to support you. So 15 minutes you're talking about a full topic. I'm gonna be very simple. I'm not gonna go to any details. First of all, try to master your tools. I'm a non-English speaker. You can say I'm Arabic speaker. When I speak Arabic, I will be much, much better than what I'm doing right now in English. Sometimes, as Imam, I butcher the word, because if I'm not used to the word, I'm not studying it very well, I'm butchering it. And you, as an English speaker, when you listen to that word, what does it mean? I didn't get it. Or hatta even you get it in like something as if I push you in your ear, like it's something, what does he say? So master your tools. And I'm going to be very simple. You have 3 things that you always depend on while you prepare your khutbah. Khalas. And I said my topic is using the bad language. Can name it dangers of using the bad language, negative effects of using the bad language at or in schools, name it whatever it is. But my main thing is this: what should I do? I have 3 things: Quran, Sunnah, authentic saying of scholars. These are 3 things. Maybe somebody like myself, when I do it, maybe I go a little bit further. I get some statistics, I get some current views and studies about the thing, but I need you to stay within these 3 things. Okay? If I get one ayah and I talk about it, enough for you. You need 15 minutes. We're not going that far. But mastering your tools, it's not that ayah, a verse number 13, chapter 15. I'm not somebody, you're not giving me a task to go home and look for the ayah. I need the ayah. I need the ayah in Arabic, and I need the ayah in English. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قال الله تعالى. This ayah, for me, for brothers who are giving khutbah, very simple to say. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala يقول anyway, okay? But for you, I know, I understand, it needs some effort. Please, do not talk to the people and say the ayah wrong. First, it's a very dangerous area, and it delivers a very bad message that we don't need. Last week, the boys listened to this. I want to read the ayah and read the translation of the ayah very well. Don't get me 15 ayahs. 1 ayah is enough. Practice it. You cannot read it. Listen to one of the reciters how they read the ayah. Repeat it. Be very well established in saying the ayah before you go to the pulpit. Last week, the brothers, Shabab, they shared an ayah, a post on the Facebook. It attracts my attention because it is a sign. Muhammad, you know the thing, you were there. I saw you commenting on that ayah. So there's a sign at the door of a church. And mashallah, the brothers, they're so excited that how come a church citing an ayah from the Quran? The ayah says in English, humans are brothers. So make peace amongst your brothers. Ayah number so, surah number so, which is Surah Al-Hujurat. By the way, there is no such ayah. Brothers, Muslim Shabab, some of them in University of Alberta, by the way. So they shared it, and everybody was so excited. He is misleading you. The ayah doesn't say that. The ayah it says that you as a believer is a brother for me, inshallah ta'ala, as a believer. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ. Let's say that I'm going to you in a khutbah, and I'm giving only the English in that way, and I'm talking to a high school student. I'm corrupting and spoiling the whole message that I'm trying to deliver. So please, please, please master your tools. I understand that most of us, we cannot pronounce Arabic the best, and sometimes it's hard for us to read Arabic, but please, spend some time, 15 minutes to half an hour, working. I believe that I said that to Ammar in Ramadan when he was giving some classes. Inshallah, one of the, inshallah, good example that I had in the masjid. Please master your tools. Quran, Sunnah. Imam so and so said that. Which book? Which part of the book? The Hadith. Prophet ﷺ said, in which of the books of the Hadith? Try to verify your quotations and what you cite from the Quran. For sure, the Quran, khalas, it's ayah, Arabic, English, Arabic, English. The translation goes exactly with the Arabic. You're done, alhamdulillah. Go to the Sunnah. I need authentic Hadith that has no problem that people comes after me. You know what? This morning, I'm just giving you, brothers, shared which month, which lunar month that we are in now. Which month? Which Hijri month? You want to give me khutbah? Rabi' al-Awwal, mashallah, which is the month of the Prophet. I said in the beginning, sorry, I missed this part, because I said that we have two major things happening in this month. So the Christmas and the birth of the Prophet ﷺ, and it is always an area of arguing and debate between us as Muslims. Aslan, some people now say Merry Christmas, it's okay, which is not okay at all. Some people say that celebrate and have a nice night for celebrating the birth of the Prophet ﷺ is not okay, because he never did that. But we have other ways to celebrate him, which is just learn about him. A great session like that, reminding ourselves and our brothers about the Prophet ﷺ, it's a great way to celebrate the Prophet ﷺ. So a brother today, he shared that fasting the 9th and the 10th of Muharram is a great act of worship. So it's going to be this Friday and Saturday. And he shared it. This Saturday, and so I looked at it. What are you doing? So I replied. I had a comment saying, "Please, just where are you? Just recognize anyway." So please verify your ahadith saying of the ulama. You have to, if you're not sure that this is authentic hadith, put it aside. Don't put yourself in that area where somebody is listening to you, mislead him, or you're going to be in trouble, because people come to you, they come to us. They come to the imam who's working for years and years, and they doubt stuff, which is right. I'm not acquiring all of the knowledge. Sometimes I say something wrong or weak, and people come and say, you know what, this is weak. But number one, how to prepare your topic. Number two, mastering your tools. What are the tools that we need? The basic tools that we need? Yeah, as much as you can, and as long as you have access to these three things. But the Quran is there, the Sunnah is there. Instead of saying that, instead of typing on Sheikh Google a khutbah about using bad language, I can say ayat about bad language. Ayat, ayats saying, mentioning the bad language. Then I get the ayah, then I put some words that I know it's a little bit hard on you guys, but try to do this. It's a very good training that gets you, inshallah, to a level that you're able hatta even to talk without preparing anything. Number 3, the topic itself. I took it myself from this very simple way of writing an essay. They taught us this in Egypt more than 25 years ago. No, 20 years ago, let's say, when we start learning English. They told us that I don't know if they teach different thing in Canada or not, but it should be the same. Any topic has introduction, body, conclusion. So do not go to the body without introduction, and do not leave the body without introduction and conclusion. You're talking to me about bad language. That's our topic, right? If I will do it, I have to have introduction, which is basically as a friend. You have your friends, and somebody told you about it, or it happens, or you heard it. So use any of these scenarios to start and to give introduction to this topic. You know what? طبعا, I'm not talking about the introduction of the khutbah itself, which is you cannot give a khutbah without praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sending peace and blessing to His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is it's a part that everybody, it's a little part that you need to memorize, which is very simple. Yeah. Okay? I'm talking about the topic itself. Introduction. You know what? Last week I was at school, I was in the classroom, and we were talking about this. And some brothers, unfortunately, they still insisting on using a bad language. I'm not saying the words. Be careful. I'm not saying that they are using the word, whatever. I know the abbreviations, whatever the letter that they're using for. No, I'm not saying that. Be respectful to the place that you are talking from. That's the place of the Prophet ﷺ. I'm saying that, I'm focusing on that. Try to make any introduction. That's what he said. Your introduction is the best way to do two things. Either to get and to attract all the people, or to push them away. If you're boring in your introduction, or if you don't have introduction, you might lose most of the masjid or the group. But if you're coming from them, talking to them, meaning that I'm getting from what the brothers doing, and I'm giving them back. So they feel like, you know what? Yeah, it's happening, right? Did you talk about me? Lots of the khutbah that we do, you have somebody in the masjid coming to you after and said, Sheikh, were you talking about me? I didn't talk about him. And even the Prophet ﷺ warned us to target somebody by name or by description. We're talking, you know what? I heard, yesterday somebody told me that a brother, the first letter of his name is Muhammad, and the last letter of his name is Al-Arabi. He's doing this. No, I'm not talking about anybody, but I heard that some brothers at school, you know what? They're doing this, and this is, brothers, this is very dangerous, and it is not. I don't like the word wrong when it comes to deen, when it comes to religion. Don't use only wrong. Use halal and haram. Try to describe that this is haram, Islamic way. Why? That's my body. That's the body. Now I have to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, 1, 2, 3, if you can. If you're able to get more than one ayah. One ayah is enough. As I said, you need the ayah, you need the translation, you need the tafsir. The explanation of the meaning of the ayah. لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء من القول إلا من ظلم. That's an ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like to publicize or to say the bad words in public. Something like that. Very simple. Allah doesn't like, meaning that it's haram. Very simple. Okay? Something that we cannot do. One ayah. I need one ayah. Okay? And then I will get one hadith. And always try to be ordering that. Meaning that the ayah always comes before the hadith. I love to do that personally, yeah. Because the Quran, the hadith comes after the Quran in tashri'ah, in legislation in Islam. Hadith comes after the Quran. There is no contradiction for sure between the hadith and the Quran, but always try to come from the Quran, because you will have some people, this is not in the school, but in the masjid, for example, you will have some people telling you, what, I believe in the Quran only. Don't be surprised when you have those people like nowadays. Anyway, I'll get the hadith, and then I will get explanation of that, and then I will go to the conclusion. When you know what the Prophet ﷺ said that, Allah said that, so if we keep doing that, we're losing our a'mal, we're losing the good deeds that we're doing. And I always talk to the brothers from this point that I care for them. Don't ever, and this is an advice that I got myself, alhamdulillah, I always remember it when I give a khutbah. Climbing the pulpit or the minbar to give a khutbah, or staying in this place, it doesn't mean at all that I'm better than you in any way. Don't think that. If you're going there to give a khutbah to the people, thinking that you know more than them, or you're better than them, you're not doing anything. You're losing everything. Rather, you need to put in your mind that your friend knows exactly what you know. He knows everything. And you have to be smart in giving him that in a way that let him feel that you're giving him something new, which is it's a big challenge. But when you appreciate the place and you understand that you just transferring or transforming a knowledge, just carrying the knowledge, giving to the people, working harder to get some new knowledge to the brothers, inshallah ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you to it. So I don't need you guys to take it from to be tough, to be harsh, to be looking at down to anybody. Rather, be nice, be easy, take it easy, and your advice at the end should be for yourself before you give the advice to your brothers. Be careful. Don't say, I advise you, because I got lots of complaints about that. Sheikh, whenever he talks, he's like, keep advising us. I know everything about him. Don't forget that you are with him at school. And he knows you and you know him. Maybe I'm a guest. Nobody knows me. I leave. I give the khutbah and I leave. But you know one another. And he knows, it doesn't mean that you don't go and you give the khutbah, but do not just keep, you know what, don't do this. And guys, you do this. There was a brother in one of the schools, I think he was in the NAT, and the brother, some sisters, they can't complain. They are not allowed to get into the prayer room. Why? Because there's no place for you guys. Who told you that? Leave them, give them different time. They want to pray. So he pushed them away. They were taking it as excuse not to pray, but don't give them the excuse. Be nice, be quiet, understandable that you are one of them. You are one of them. And give the advice in a way that it's for me and for you guys. But I'll just, because I talk more than what I should be taking of the time. Number one, please, work harder. Might take me 3-4 days to pick a topic. But to prepare the topic, 15-20 minutes. Just I put the hints that I need and that's it. So do some effort for picking the right topic. At the end of the day, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gives tawfiq. You might be talking about a very, very important topic, but it's not your day. Khalas, alhamdulillah. But you do your best. Number two, master your tools very well. And I get so frustrated when I have a brother that we give him that chance and he goes and read the ayah or recite the ayah in a way that if